Okay, so it seems like recently there's been a little bit of a situation going on with a certain VTuber artist called Leuna, who has essentially been calling out another person for stealing her artwork, which again, is obviously absolutely terrible, and it's something that happens quite a lot whenever it comes to the VTubing space. Now, obviously, sometimes you have these incidents where, it's not really stealing, and a lot of people end up having backlash towards the artists themselves, because they feel like, certain colors and certain aspects belong to them. But this is more so a case of like cut and dry, like they've literally just yoinked this and are trying to use their artwork to kind of, promote their own pages, which I think is absolutely horrible. And it seems like the VTubing community have come together to kind of take this account down very, very quickly, which is very great to see. So obviously go and support Leuna. But this was essentially one of the posts that have come up here saying, "This is my artwork." It was reposted by a VTuber after being recolored and with no permission and no credit. And she had the audacity to announce on her page that she's opening a VGen soon. Proof below. So they're saying it actually came from a VTuber as well. So this is someone pretending to be someone that looks like Spite, I guess, but has like a pink kind of coloration, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see here, here's the original one, obviously drawn for Spite, and then it seems that they've recolored it. I don't know if they've gone through and just kind of like Phil bucketed a bunch of things or what. But yeah, it definitely seems like they've gone through and tried to change it in some way. And yeah, they've added just a bunch of pink to it. It's essentially the same image, just a different color, which I think you guys could all agree that this is 100% stolen and this is 100% taken from Leuna, which is terrible. And obviously, yeah, they say they've done it with no credit, and they've got the audacity to announce that they're opening up a VGen. So they were going to start selling art as well, just by obviously copying this piece of artwork, which I think is pretty crazy. Obviously they put the proof below down here as well. This is one of the posts, and it comes from a person called Fawn VT, and they say, "I hope you love it." It's a Illu Spite and an @Spite VTuber. So they actually tagged Spite in the post, hoping that she would see it, which obviously, it's just a recoloration of the original artwork. So again, it's nothing original, and I think it is pretty crazy that they tried to, tag her in it, like trying to say, "Oh, this is my original artwork," which is crazy. And then of course, yeah, you got Fawn VT here. This is the account. They say, "Hey, I'm Fawn. I said VGen coming soon." So yeah, obviously they've set up this account recently, obviously because it was set up in 2026. So yeah, it seems like it's a pretty cut and dry case of someone trying to get the attention of a VTuber or whatever using other people's art. And obviously as well, people saying, "Holy, that's awesome." They said, "Thank you so much." So obviously they're not even saying like, "Oh, hey, like this is a repost or this is a recoloration," because sometimes that can happen, right? Sometimes there can be a bit of artwork that comes up from another artist and someone likes it and then they repost it on their page, and maybe they forget to like say, "Oh, go follow this person," or something like that. Sometimes that can be a little bit of an issue. But obviously this is kind of evidence here of them claiming it's their own, right? Because people are saying, "Holy, that's awesome," and they're saying thank you as they, tried to say that they made it or whatever, which obviously is not the case. And yeah, lots of people have been pointing that out. People say, "Not the let me ping the VTuber and claim it as my own." They said, "I swear that it is so painfully obviously retraced and somewhat reshaded. I can't even tell if it was just retraced or painted over. What the hell?" They said, "I think it was already reshaded." And of course the background said, "I wrote a note on his artwork postal. It references Leuna's Twitter profile and 3 posts talking about the theft. Please go upvote my note to make it more visible." And they said, "Thank you very much." So obviously it seems like some people have noted it. And of course they said, "This is infuriating." Now obviously some people are saying like they renamed their account as well to another name called Doti. Saying probably trying to rename again, deleted all his posts, and it's deleting all his replies. This link will lead to his account even if he renames it 47 times. And obviously, yeah, so he just renamed it to this, which was 11 hours ago. And is it still this? It is still this. Okay, so yeah, it seems like this was the account. I think they've deleted literally everything now, so you can't actually see anything from their account, which I think is pretty crazy. And it shows you how pretty guilty they were of copying. And of course, it is pretty terrible to kind of obviously like tag the VTuber as well, tag Spite in this, because of course it is not their artwork and they're trying to get attention from Spite with some fake artwork, which obviously a lot of VTubers can fall susceptible to because they don't know whether it's stolen or not. And obviously they put out another post saying art theft alert. The account Fawns VT stole my artwork, altered it, and is now claiming as their own. This is dishonest and completely disrespectful to artists and our work. Please help by reporting and sharing to set the record straight. The stolen artwork is the below shown. So yeah, obviously they showed the artwork again. A lot of people saying that they've reported it too. So again, so many people went ahead and reported the account, and obviously then there was a follow-up too of them saying, I'm incredibly grateful to the art community on X for getting Fawn's account banned in under 24 hours. Thank you for supporting my work even without knowing you, and also thank you to Spite VTuber for the reshare. Beautiful to see artists, VTubers, and their communities lifting each other up. So it seems like Spite has actually seen this as well. So Spite is aware of what was going on, thankfully, which I think is great. Obviously, yeah, here is the kind of repost of the post here. So again, it seems like she knows that the original post trying to tag her and trying to get her to interact with their art is, you know, she knows that it was a kind of stolen piece that was recolored or whatever. So yeah, that's good. And obviously it seems like there was a pretty big win for the VTubing community there in terms of sorting this out, because there is tons of people who get away with this non-stop, and like they're still like out there today, right? They're still out there stealing other people's art and essentially tagging VTubers and stuff in it to get them to interact. And I do think it is a little bit cringe to get them to like tag people and to tag VTubers directly in art. Sure, if you want to put it in their art tag, which is like a little hashtag, sure, I think that's totally fine. But like tagging the VTuber directly, sometimes it can be a little bit weird. It seems very attention seeky, and it seems like, you know, that is the only reason that you're doing this art, which sometimes it is, but you know, you don't really want to let that be known, right? I think it is one of these things where it's like, okay, you're looking a little bit desperate there by doing that. But yeah, obviously, it seems like that was the only intent that this person really had, was to get the attention of maybe Spite and stuff like that. And I think the reasoning behind this, if I could be like step into the shoes of this person, I would say what they were potentially doing was they wanted to become a VTuber. Obviously, as we saw, it says that they were a VTuber. Maybe they were thinking of like, you know, they could pose themselves as like a VTuber slash artist. And if they were to tag Spite, maybe Spite would become their new best friend because they made one piece of artwork of them, and that kickstarts their career, right? But of course, you know, that does not happen if you just steal other people's artwork. Instead, you get called out for it, and you get your account, you know, kind of reported and whatever by people who very clearly know. And it seems like, yeah, they've been running, again, apparently this is the account that they're on now, but I think it is pretty crazy, right? And yeah, obviously they're saying the audacity to start up a VGen account as well is pretty crazy too, especially whenever you can't create art of your own. Like, sure, maybe they colored over the top of it, and you know, sure, maybe you got great coloring and like shading skills, but apart from that, you know, it's pretty much the same thing, right? And I don't think they've done a very good job there in terms of you know, trying to convince people that they can create original art. Because let's be real, if this was to continue on and they were to, you know, be a VGen artist or whatever, you know, what were they going to do? Were they just going to continue to steal other people's art and then try to sell it to people? I don't know, but it is good that we found this stuff out early before any of that could even happen. Obviously, say, how can someone expect to be a VGen artist with this behavior? As I wanted to work at a bakery with a cookie cutter. If it's not part of one of those scam groups, then I'm starting to doubt her age. And said, I genuinely didn't think it would turn into an issue since it was posted publicly and I only saw the adjusted colors. I saw it more as a small fan edit rather than claiming your full work is mine. I respect artists and their effort, so if a line crossed for you. Oh my god, bro. It said, delete the post. It's stolen artwork. And you said you would take down the post. It said, you posted this GIF. Did you get the artist's permission? Oh my god, bro. There's no way people are actually getting mad at this. It's so crazy. But yeah, no, it seems like this person is just extremely childish, and it's trying to claim like it's some kind of artistic you know, permission thing where it's like, oh well, you know, it's in the public, so I'm allowed to recolor it and whatever. It's like, yeah, sure, right, maybe, but like at the end of the day, you're still gonna get criticized by artists for trying to steal their artwork, right? I think that is essentially it, right? Even though it's technically not like illegal or whatever, unless you're maybe selling it. If you're selling it, then yeah, it would become illegal. But if you're just posting it, you're still going to get backlash from the kind of art community anyways, regardless of whether it's like illegal or bad or whatever to do so, right? So again, I think that trying to create those arguments or whatever is so stupid as well. But yeah, as I said, I'm glad that it has managed to all get sorted out and the account has now been reported. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaz to get 10% off again. They got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all.